Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for the weeks covering September 17 through 30, 2024. This is a reading if you are Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, or have another significant Sagittarius placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. I do a 12 card, 13 with the center horoscope spread. We are using Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche. And I'm also clarifying with the tarot deck, and this is going to be Crowley's Thoth deck. That is the one that I'm using today. And our extra deck, you can always pull an oracle card at the end if you're new to this channel. This is going to be the Black Moon astrology cards. Is it Black Moon? Yeah, it is Black Moon. For some reason I'm thinking Black Moon Lilith, but it's Black Moon astrology cards. Okay. So just another quick note, if you want to find out about my services, including readings, astrology, human design, Rahani healing, channeling, my website is in the description box below, and also the links to my social media. I do a live stream just about every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time on Instagram called Morning Coffee with Breach. I do a tarot reading there, and I usually end up doing them in a clump, but I always post those live streams here on YouTube as well. So if you want to check any of that out, it's in the description box below. Okay, so let's get started with your reading. Now, the important thing that's going on in this 2-week period, actually the first day that this reading covers, there's going to be a lunar eclipse in Pisces. And of course, eclipses go in pairs, so there's also going to be a solar eclipse on the 2nd of October, and that will probably be covered in the next reading that I do for you. But this particular one, it's in Pisces, and so therefore there's going to be a lot that perhaps has been unclear to us, things where maybe we are not sure if we're fantasizing or if it's imagination, or maybe we're getting strong intuitive senses of something, but not a whole lot of external validation. Eclipses definitely clear things up, okay? And being that it's happening in Pisces, any delusions that we have, we'll probably let go of. Any truths that need to be revealed may come out. And eclipse energy happens pretty fast. So the solar eclipses, I feel like, can take up to 6 months to see the results. And technically, any kind of eclipse that can happen. But often with lunar eclipses, we see changes within a very short period of time. So let's look at your reading and see how this might be affecting you. I've been starting this week with everybody with the Pisces house, which is the 12th. And you have the Buckle of Isis and the Queen of Swords here. Okay, so yeah, the Buckle of Isis, got some slight nudity here, so I'm going to cover this up. The Buckle of Isis, okay, these two cards, the Queen of Swords indicates taking a very logical view, a very perfectionist view. There's a sense of wanting clarity, of wanting to cut through the nonsense, wanting to see what's real, wanting to make the changes that we feel are necessary. I mean, you've got the Buckle of Isis here. This is a card has to do with loyalty and fidelity, but also with sacrifices that we need to make, which is very Neptunian, by the way. Neptune rules Pisces, and Neptune is a card. One of the things that it has to do with is what we need to let go of. So we want to have some clarity about the things that we need to let go of, and what efforts we're making need to be continued, what efforts are going to be rewarded. So this does seem to be one of the themes that you're going to have this week with regard to that. I mean, wow. Okay, we are seeing, there's some strong change energy in this reading, Sagittarius. If we look at your second house of Taurus, which is your money house, I'm sorry, we're not in there. I'm getting myself ahead. First house, this is Aries house. This is the house of your personality and your identity. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords, so you are definitely in a period of rebirth. Now, this is called the Ruin card in this deck, and it could be something where, again, maybe something you've always believed or something you identified with. Maybe you've just had a sudden revelation where you feel like, wow, that's been a lie all these years. I mean, that's the kind of energy of the 10 of Swords. It's just like, it feels like a blow, like, whoa, like this is something that's suddenly coming to an end. And fire indicates, you are ready to make certain endings. You may or may not have had this kind of betrayal energy, but oftentimes with, as opposed to the 10 of Swords, as opposed to the Tower, this often indicates a kind of an ending, or the World card even. This is an ending that is usually very swift and intense, and it's an ending. It's not like, oh, well, this is ending now, we're going to revisit this later. Like, there's just something that perhaps has been part of you, or what you believed, or what you've embraced, that's coming to an end. And with fire, I think you're ready to let this go. Fire is You are fired up. You could be passionate. You could even be a little annoyed right now. You could, you are a fire sign, but there could even be this energy of this can be fire can have to do with purification. So sometimes this is about what we're going to burn up, what we are going to alchemize and transmute in our lives that is just dead and gone. There's certain aspects of ourselves where we're saying, nope, I need to rise from the ashes. I'm going to be a new person, and I'm looking to let go of all this stuff that is just dead, gone, and buried. Okay, so you are really revamping and reevaluating yourself right now, Sagittarius. Financially, yeah, you've been hard at work. We've got the Magician card, and we've got it with Ta. Ta is Capricorn energy. This is the card of hard work. You have been. These are both cards of manifestation of hard work. Ta indicates, as Saturn does, slow and steady, making corrections, fixing things maybe that haven't been right, and so this is you are ready to make certain things happen. No more, if you had a kind of way about you before where maybe you felt like you, I don't know, deferred to others, or maybe you feel like you are, maybe you've been too passive in situations where you feel you need to be active. I mean, there's very, very strong active energy. You are working very, very hard right now. And Magicians is card number 1, so this implies that there could even be some kind of a new beginning here. You may be trying to manifest something new for yourself. If I look over at the career houses, yeah, I mean, big time. There's definitely, okay, in the career house, which is the 10th, there's messages here. You've got the swiftness. So, and you've got it with the water card. Okay, so some of you are ready to change jobs. Some of you are ready to get up and go. And I feel like this may be, with the 10 of Swords in the first house, you maybe want to do something entirely new. You may be saying, I'm not identifying with this anymore. I'm done. And, there's definitely a shift or change in your career. This may come about as the result of messages that are coming in with the 8 of Wands. That, like I said, that is the card of very swift movement, but also swift communication, back and forth talking. There could be negotiations over something. Something is going to shift and change. If you're not actually leaving your job, there still seems like there's going to be a significant change. If something has not been moving, it's going to move. And now I'm looking down here in the 6th house, which has to do with if you're paid for like a 9-to-5 type job, or any kind of job really where you're employed by somebody. Yeah, we have the Death card with Hathor here. So there's definitely change in the air. For some of you, this could have to do with health. I mean, Hathor could indicate a need to have a change in eating habits or something like that. That may apply for some of you. But again, that may be just very specific to certain people. Hathor to me is just that can be that getting organized energy. It's more earth energy. It's more, okay, we're going to get practical. We're going to, it's Virgo type energy in the Virgo house. When I see this in the Virgo house, it's right. It's time for me to get organized, get my paperwork in order, get me in order, and start looking to, again, this burning up, looking to solve the things that need solving. If you're not employed by somebody in that way, this can also be a house that connects to things that you have been worried about, things that you feel that you need to fix or perfect, and so there's big changes coming in here. I mean, Death card here means 10 of Swords here, Death here. These are definitely huge cards of transformation. So you are definitely getting ready to make a move here. And now, I don't know, for some of you with Hathor here, this could also indicate a particular female who might be involved in a situation connected to this. You can take that if it resonates. But I feel more generally that this is like either telling you to make health changes here, or there's a suggestion here that you are getting your ducks in a row, getting together to make some kind of a job change or a leap. Okay, so let's look at the 3rd house. Let's look at the Gemini energy here. Okay, so we have the Empress with Lotus. Okay, so Empress, okay, this is a house, this is a house of business, being self-employed, of communications. So again, we have this feminine energy. Hathor, in fact, has an energy very much like the Empress. So I don't know if somebody's thinking of going into their own business. And again, I don't know if it's just part of these communications. The fact that we see strong communication up here in the 10th house makes me think that this could be part of it. Now, Empress energy could be a feminine energy. It could be it's a maternal type energy, okay? But it's also Taurian. Like I said, this is like Virgo or Taurus for me. and we're seeing this new beginning. There's a lot of earth energy here right now. Like you are making some solid plans. You are planting seeds. The Empress is about abundance, but it's about it's not so much about the harvest. It's about planting the seeds and seeing what grows. And we have Lotus, so there's definitely a sense of peaceful continuity in something. I mean, or not worrying about something. Lotus comes up often when we are anxious about something or about some kind of a situation, and this is just telling us to to calm the mind, really, that whatever's going on, we don't need to fret and we don't need to worry, even if certain aspects of it are not clear. Again, the Empress is a very strong card of planting seeds and a promise of abundance, if it does not literally have to do with somebody's mother or a figure who is Taurus. Okay, because there is this energy here in the house of business. This is a very good sign because it suggests that if you have been planting the seeds of a new business or a new venture, that these are going to come to fruition. So yeah, there's definitely a lot around messages right now, a lot of strong feminine energy here, which suggests to me that yeah, you're ready to move. You're working hard. You're ready to move. And it definitely seems like it's going to be a time to make a change, and the change seems like it's going to be very swift. For many of you, this is going to be in the area of career, whatever form that takes for you. Now, in your house of Cancer energy, this has to do with home and family. And okay, so I don't know if somebody has been sick in your family when you have the Four of Swords here. We have Bast too, so this could also be just somebody who is mentally exhausted, needs some mental health time, needs to take some time to themselves. That's definitely a strong possibility here. This could be you. This could have to do with a family situation. Again, take it as it resonates here, whether it's you or someone else. But this definitely indicates the need for a timeout. Four of Swords comes up when we when we need to stop, we need to take a rest, we need to rejuvenate ourselves, we need to think. And again, for some of you, this may be a health thing. It may be that maybe you have been very stressed out and that this is affecting your health. And so maybe you're just saying, okay, it's time to end something and time to do things differently. Fast is also the happiness card. So I think your personal happiness and mental health are definitely something that should be front and center here. And and you may be retreating into your own home to do that for a while. You know, you're still interested in working and working hard, but I think you're feeling a little bit like you might need a break. Okay, I'm jumping around a little bit here. Let's go to your own house, Sagittarius energy, the 9th house. Okay, so we have Sirius with the 10 of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting. 9th house has to do with Jupiter, its expansion. Your own energy is energy of expansiveness, of broadening your horizons, long distance travel, higher education, more learning, spirituality, expanding your understanding or spiritual awareness, being independent, being free. All of these are elements of the 9th house. And you have Sirius here, and Sirius is a card of thinking outside the box. So this is you finding a new way to do things. Like if things have been a little bit of a struggle, Sirius does imply some kind of labor or work, sometimes actual physical labor, just as Ta does down here. But it can also just be you needed to program your mind of orthodox concepts, is the way that this card is described in the book, and try to look at the universe with an open and unbiased mind. So this is definitely about opening up, again, there's a lot about you putting the work in here. Seems like you're tired and you need a break. But at the same time, you are definitely laying the foundation for something new. And it does seem like for some of you, there's going to be a new job. Like there's going to be something here. But whatever's going on here, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a really strong financial card. I mean, this is a card, the word on it is wealth, of financial abundance, but also of legacy. This may have something to do with what it is you're leaving to the world, right? Whatever it is that you do that's going to be here when you're not, and there's an energy of that. And there's also a strong family vibe to this. So I don't know if some of you have family at a distance. If that's going to be part of this, maybe you're going to be going away to visit people. Maybe there's been monies that have come in recently that's connected to that. Or maybe there's going to be money connected to, I don't know, something with higher education. I know people go back to school and pay for college and university and things, but this may be, I don't know, seems to be a source of abundance here. There's definitely a sense of being able to leave your legacy in some way through something, through some way that you are deprogramming your mind or doing something new or engaging in something new in this area. So for some of you, maybe this is something you're learning or something you're teaching. Or maybe for some of you, this is even opening up your mind spiritually. And whatever this is, it seems like there's also going to be a financial benefit to it. So interesting here, but there definitely is this, this expansion here that we're seeing. Now, if I look at the 8th house, which is the transformation, Scorpio energy. Okay, so you have Crook and Flail with the 3 of Cups, and this is also a card of abundance. So there's definitely this sense of threeness here. Now, 3 of Cups is really a card of celebration. It's a time that when you are reaching out to others, expanding your group. I mean, this is 3, so this is not just you by yourself. It's not just you and one other person. This is a little bit more social. It's more of the party card, right? And with Crook and Flail, this is about recognition. So I feel like this is about you going out and being recognized, doing more social things, being more visible. You're already a sign that is very gregarious. You're one that people, you have a personality that people tend to gravitate to. And so, yeah, this is definitely about recognition, about moving up a level. I mean, Crook and Flail is about promotion, moving up. This is not staying in the same place here. So, yeah, and the abundance card is, I'm trying to see what this is. It is Mercury looks like it's Mercury in Cancer. I'm trying to see what that, the astrological sign is at the bottom. It's hard to see. I think it might be Mercury in Cancer. It's Mercury in a water sign for sure. And so, yeah, this is about you, enjoyment, about going out and communicating and being with people and talking to people. I mean, we've got this Empress, this other 3 energy down here, the Empress. It feels like this is a time for you to be reaching into your support networks, into your groups, being recognized. I mean, yeah, you are getting ready to take something to the next level here. It does seem to be connected to some kind of work that you're doing. Can also, like I said, can have to do, and there's definitely a change in identity. Something you always did before, you're not doing anymore. That's pretty clear from the 1st house. If we look at your friendship house, the 11th house of Aquarius, we have Thoth with the 7 of Wands. So, yeah, there's something where you feel like you are standing your ground in something here. 7 of Wands can be when we're feeling a little bit on the defensive, or when we feel like we have to dig our heels in and stay where we are in terms of trying to manifest our goals. And that definitely fits in with what we're seeing here. Maybe you did feel betrayed by somebody over here with the 10 of Swords. And maybe you're determined to take a new path. Maybe you're taking, maybe you've made this very sudden change and people are saying to you, oh, stop, whoa, don't make this change. Da, da, da. And you're saying, no, this is it. This is what I have to do. This is a card of valor. I need to do this right now. Okay? It's the right time. We've got Thoth here. Thoth has a lot to do with divine timing and just doing things when they are appropriate. Maybe this is something you've thought of doing before, but perhaps the timing wasn't right. It's saying, yeah, you know that the timing is right, so you're standing your ground in it. If you've been left in doubt, it's saying, no, the timing is right. Stand your ground on whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Now, those of you looking for love. Now, again, I always recognize when I'm doing these things. A lot of times, there's a lot of readers that I will see that will focus on love. And it's true. A lot of people will look at tarot readings because they want to know what their romantic prospects are. So that's absolutely fair enough. But, I mean, I also want to look at people who are not looking for romance, either because they choose to remain single or maybe they're already married. Nonetheless, we'll start with the people who are looking for love. Okay, we have Anubis with the 5 of Wands. So there's a sense of strife and competition here, and Anubis indicates protection or setting boundaries. This can mean one of two things. It can mean, okay, that maybe you have competition with other people for a particular person you're interested in, or maybe you feel like you're in competition. So maybe you feel like you have to protect yourself, or there's some sense of having to negotiate something here. But the other way that you can look at this is that perhaps there is somebody who has too many competing things going on, whether it be other people who are interested in them, or whether it just be priorities, competing priorities, and they may be drawing a boundary right now. I mean, I'm not saying that they're unfriendly, but they may be drawing a boundary right now. Now, so in terms of, but what's interesting is that in terms of long-term relationships, we have the twins in the 7th house. And this is usually a very good indicator of a committed relationship or one that's coming up. So if you're not already married, there's an indication that somebody may be coming up. And again, maybe this is that person's situation right now. Maybe there's too many outside voices, competing interests. And, some lines need to be drawn, and we need to be clear on what's real and what's not real here. But, and the 6, whoever this person is, 6 of Cups indicates somebody who's more of a soulmate. I don't necessarily like that word, but somebody who really, who either you have a past with, either in this lifetime or potentially another one. But there's definitely a strong soul connection when this card comes up. Whether this is, it sometimes could be somebody coming back from the past who you might end up in a relationship with, but it does not have to. A lot of times we do that and then people start going, who do I know from my past? And it may just be that this person is a soul connection. Your souls could have encountered each other across a spectrum of if you don't want to think about past lives, even think about just quantum time. We have all kinds of connections that we make, and this may be something that is karmic or something that is coming around. But there's definitely, this definitely suggests somebody whom you will they will feel like a soulmate, okay? Certainly. So there does seem like a possibility for a relationship here. If you are already married, then this would suggest to me that your partner, there seems like there may be some revisiting of the past here. Maybe there's going to be a nostalgia for older times in your relationship, or maybe somebody from the past is going to come and return. Sometimes children have a lot to do with this as well. I wouldn't say for somebody who is looking for love that necessarily has anything to do with it here, but there's a strong energy of the past coming in on a present relationship. The other possibility here for the 5th house, as I mentioned, if it's not about love, this is also the house of creativity and of children. So your child, you could have a child who's dealing with some kind of a strife or a competitive situation, or this may be about, if you're working on some kind of creative project, maybe trying to get something noticed or feeling like you have too much competition. And either way, we're definitely talking about this need to draw boundary lines and to negotiate and to be clear about where you are. Anubis indicates where we are not deceived. Okay, this is where we have guidance. So so I would have to say, I'm going to get to the center card here, but overall, definite, for some of you, definite job change for some of you, or there's definitely going to be a sudden swift movement or change in your career. Like I said, the fact that you've got the Death card here, that you've got the 8 of Wands here, and you've got water, you've got all this movement, and you've also got the idea that you are planting all of these seeds. You are getting to a place where you're going to be step up and be recognized. In your own 9th house, I don't know, there's something connected to a trip, to education, to spirituality, like all the things that are connected with the 9th house of faith. There's definitely this idea of you need to look at something differently. Like there's a lot of abundance or a lot of potential for you to leave your mark, coming on here. So there's definitely going to be an expanding of your horizons. I think you are preparing to do something differently. But again, I feel like with the 12th house right now, there may be a lack of clarity. And whatever's changed for you recently, like you may just feel like, wow, some aspect of what you identified with. And this could have to do with a job. Like if you say, oh, I've been an insurance person for years, and now I'm saying, okay, that's dead. I am not going for another insurance job. I'm not going to be identified with that. I'm going to do something else. Maybe you've gotten fed up with something. I don't know why I'm thinking of insurance, probably because I know some people who do that. But there's some aspect of you, that's just one example. It doesn't have to be that. But there could be something about you that you finally said, that's it. We're done. That's over. It's time to burn up the rubbish and to reinvent, And there's a lot of energy here of planting seeds and reinvention. So I think you are definitely moving into a good space. And I think between the 7 of Wands and Anubis, it seems to me that you are extremely, I think you're clearer on where you're going than maybe it feels at this moment. But again, I think that is something that the eclipse energy is going to bring in. It's going to show that change. Now, overall, you have Earth. So yeah, Earth indicates things being stable and secure, moving along slow and steady. We are seeing some swift changes here, and we do have the Princess of Swords. Now, this is interesting because I know at least in one iteration of this card is referred to as the Mood Fighter card. So we may have to control our moods to some degree. Like what really may be destabilizing us is we can feel confident one day and maybe not so sure, run into some obstacles and not feel so sure the next day. This is a matter of, whatever mood we're in, kind of trying to stay in this grounded space, like focus on the facts right now of where you are. Because I do feel like this Piscean energy may be confusing something that you're actually pretty clear on, Sagittarius. So let's see what these other cards have to say. So Sagittarius, September 17 through 30. What does Sagittarius need to know? Give me an extra card here. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, Scorpio. I transform. Yeah, so this is definitely a card of deep and profound change. Yeah, we're seeing this here. This could have something to do, and we're seeing the death card also here in Scorpio. This is the Scorpionic card. You are moving into a space where you are, yeah, like I said, either with health or with career and job, or again, just something maybe that has been a perpetual worry, because the 6th house is also a house of worry. There's some kind of a change that you're making here, and it's encouraging you, yeah, to obviously to get healthy. It's encouraging you to, to make certain changes. And again, for many of you, I feel like this is going to be a shift and a change in your career. It's definitely pointing you towards an expansion of horizons. You are going to be getting out of your comfort zone to some degree when Scorpio shows up. But it's because now we're going into things very, very deeply. This is not a superficial transformation, okay? So you are transforming on a deep level, and I think it's saying let it happen, because it's going to take you to allow you to expand your horizons, to get to a much better place, and for you to be able to do the things that you're, really that you feel I'll say that you're called to do, but whatever, yeah, I mean, the word vocation comes from vocare, which means to call. So yeah, this is about whatever you feel that you are, whatever you feel you need to be investing your time and energy in who you are. This is definitely pushing you towards making that change. So I hope this was helpful, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you closer to the end of the month.